Hi guys, I'm Mark and I'm an oyster boy, and it's time to throw together another beer kit for me and Penny to try. This week I'm going to be putting together this Festival Premium Ales Woodland Citra beer kit. So it's a session pale, or session IPA, possibly maybe very similar to Oakham Citra, and I'm going to be throwing it together in this Handcraft Supplies stainless steel 25 litre fermenter. So I'll talk you through how I'm going to do that. Everything's cleaned and sanitised and ready to go, so I'm just going to bring you around here so you can see me putting this kit together. In fact, just before I bring you around here to show you how we make it, I'm going to talk about what you get in the box. So you do get this big old bag of malt extract, and I've had this sat in the sink in the brewtility room in some warm water, so it's nice and liquidy and pliable, easy to pour out. So big old bag of malt extract. You get a 350 gram bag of dextrose, which you add into the brew. Also comes with some priming sugar. Now, I'm not going to bottle this, so I'll probably just chuck this in as well, bump up the ABV a little bit. You get a 70 gram dry hop packet, a sachet of yeast. Doesn't say what it is, but a lot of people will be like, oh God, it's kit yeast. No, it'll be a normal yeast that you go out and buy, but it's just in a non-branded bag. Okay, and you get some pretty cool instructions with space for notes on there, kit name, date started, date the hops are added, etc, etc. It's one sort of summary instructions for all the kits in the range, so probably give you some good ideas what other stuff they do in there as well. But I'm going to move all this down onto the floor now, and I'm going to throw this kit together. It'll probably take me about 5 or 10 minutes. Everything's cleaned and sanitised, ready to go, so it won't take long at all. Okay, so there you can see the nice conical bottom of the fermenter, and you can see the dip tube, which is currently turned at a lovely right angle. When we come to package this beer, we'll probably turn that the other way. And just start pouring this bag in. Gave it a quick dunk in the old sanitizer before we started this bit. Just squeeze what we can out of here on the first run. It smells, it's been a while since I've made an extract kit. It definitely smells super sweet. Go for the toothpaste method to get as much as we can out in the first run. And then the instructions say to rinse this bag out with warm water. Bag's mostly rinsed out, you can see in there, this one on the side, but I'm not going to sweat the small stuff there. Kit also says to add 3 litres of boiling water. There we go, there's the first bit. And there's the second bit. Now we're going to want to give that a stir to try and get all of that malt extract dissolved in. It smells really good actually. It's been a good while since I've made one of these. Next, we're going to add the contents of the dextrose packets. And if you're anything like me, you're also going to add the priming sugar, because I will not be using it to prime with. Another little stir to make sure that's all mixed in. And now for this one, we're going to top it up to 20 litres, which if I spin this fermenter around, if you might remember, on this side here, you've got the graduations going up there. So I know 20 litres is there, so that's where I'm going to fill it up to. Okay, now we're up to the 20 litre mark. The instructions say make sure it's below 25 degrees when you pitch your yeast. I've just checked on the side and it is at 22 degrees, so we're good to go on that front. So I'm going to put my yeast in now. Now you might be a stirrer or you might be a sprinkler. I personally am a stirrer. I'm not too fussed about aeration at this point because I know that I got a lot of air in there when I topped it with water. So now I'm going to pop the lid on. Okay, so let's pop the lid on there. Lock and bung, and then clamp everything down. And hey ho, we're good to go. Right, okay, so that's it. The beer kit's all done and made. So in 5 days' time, I need to add this dry hop addition, which I'll do by just taking the bung out and putting them in through the port at the top, and then leave it for another 5 days before packaging it and getting it gassed up and ready to drink. At that point, you'll see me and Penny sat talking about it. So until then, it'll be seconds for you. It'll be a week or two for me. So catch you on the other side, guys. See you soon. Hi guys, I'm Mark.
I'm Penny.
And we are the Oyster Boys, and today we are going to be reviewing the Festival Woodland Citra beer kit.
Yeah, which is obviously a sort of celebration.
A tribute to Oakham Citra.
I mean, Citra, what a hop. So I'm really excited for this.
It's a big boy, isn't it?
It's a big boy.
I'm going to get this in the glass and we have a little bit of a talk about it.
I mean, I've not seen this before, but you were saying essentially this is the first British beer to be produced using Citra hops.
That's what it says on the back of the bottle.
Yeah, so 2009, the director, you can read off the director.
In 2009, Oakham's brewing director discovered an exceptional new hop variety, Citra, on a trip to the USA. He rushed it to the UK, ensuring that Oakham Ale is the first UK brewery to brew a beer with 100% Citra hops and maintaining Oakham's reputation for pioneering innovation. Light gold in colour, bursting with citrus and tropical hop flavours, and sensationally refreshing. The original UK Citra.
I'm expecting big things from this because they've had such a head start with the use of Citra hop.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
So this is not a clone, it's a tribute to it, is that right?
Yeah, I'd say that.
Yeah. I mean, so it's only Citra that was used in the kit beer.
Yeah, and it had a dry hop edition of Citra
grams
as well. Yeah. 70 grams. Yeah. So this is the one that they're tributing, and this is the kit one. Obviously, there's differences in clarity. I haven't used any fining agents at all or anything like that.
We weren't expecting that, were we? That it was going to be the same. But I mean, I think if the
colour's really similar,
if it was clear, I think you wouldn't be.
If I dumped some gelatin or some Browsol in there, we'd probably be looking at the same beer.
I think so. I think so.
But I mean, looks-wise for me though, I mean, I like hazies anyway. So,
it's a really nice.
So I'd get that, and it's a really nice colour.
I really like it. I'm going to give it a 9.
Really?
I think you've done really well with the colour.
So it's 8.5. Yeah. I've done really well. Came in a kit.
Okay. Well, the guys at Bevy have done really well.
I'm going to give it a sniff. Obviously, I'm sniffing it already.
I don't get a lot of Citra.
It's not as much as I would have thought for a beer that's got Citra in the name. It is the most pronounced smell in there, but it's not really punching me in the face.
And I certainly don't get that. It'll have to smell really hard to get the tropical fruits.
Yeah.
But there we go. Anyway.
Whereas,
I could smell as soon as you put it down in front of me. I was like, whoa. Wow, and it's really like a bit of mango in there as well.
Now, what I would say about this is that I picked this up from Waitrose yesterday.
Okay.
And I don't know how long. There's no production date on it. I've got a best before.
So not even the bottom or anything like that?
I've got a best before of November 2025. But I don't know what length of time they put on there, so I don't know how fresh this is. Whereas this only went in the keg like 5 days ago. So like you can tell that this is a very fresh beer, very lively. Yeah. The hop aroma is really in your face. Whereas this one, it's like you get that kind of, I'm not going to say homeopathic, it's not like the memory of Citra, is it? But it's like...
it's there, but
you're looking for it, yeah. You can smell some nice malty sweetness and stuff like that. But this one, I think smells fantastic.
Yeah.
If I went out and I bought a beer in the pub and it said this is a Citra Pale, and they put this in front of me and I paid £6.50 or £7 something for a pint of it, I'd smell it and go, oh, that smells really nice.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. Nicer, it smells nicer than the one there.
Yeah.
It's like amped up, isn't it?
Should we try it?
I've
not tried this before, so
cheers.
I'm intrigued. Cheers. That's not a bad beer.
It's very malty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very malty. And I would say...
on the very end, quite a bit of bitterness and a bit of fruitiness at the start. I mean, I think when you you filter the beer out and stuff like that, you've got to be drinking.
I mean, whether or not they have filtered it, I don't know. I don't know much about their production process and stuff like that. But I would say that this beer is like, it sounds horrible to say it. If you're in a supermarket and they've got like a real ale section with a deal which says 3 for £5 or 3 for £6,
Yeah.
this beer sits really well in there.
Yeah.
And it's one of the nicer ones
Oh.
of those beers. Do you know what I mean? It's like you'll have some real staple British real ales in there.
I'd happily drink that on a summer's day.
Hobgoblin, Fursey Ferret, all
Yeah,
that
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
stuff will be in there. This will be the nicer ones of those, but this is where that beer sits for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd happily drink that on a summer's day. Bit of spicy.
It is a bit spicy, isn't it?
Yeah. For me, I like if I made some sort of kebab or spicy Pete American hot.
Have you brought me a kebab?
I've not brought you a kebab. Sorry.
Do you want to try this one?
Yeah, please.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's pleasant.
I think.
You can tell it's a kit beer. I think. I can.
Can you?
Yep.
I'm super sensitive to it. I don't think you can. I think the mouth feels good. So this kit, it comes with a really big bag of.
Is it a shiny silver packet?
It's a shiny silver packet yeast, which will generally be a good yeast, but put into a shiny silver packet, in my opinion. I think that the mouthfeel on this is probably a little bit thicker than that. That is super crisp and thin. Whereas this is a bit more, it's got a bit more backbone.
But I'll tell
to
you
the
what.
mouthfeel of it. But I think the flavour of it's great.
Yeah.
And I actually prefer the flavour of this one
Yeah, 100%.
to this one.
Yeah.
This one, it's less malty, more hoppy. Again, probably because it's been in the keg a week and I only put the hops in, not 5 days before that.
But I think if you were a fan of this beer, I think you'd be a big time fan of this.
Absolutely.
And
it's a great showcase for Citra.
Yeah, and like we say, I mean, there's such a wide variety of quality of kits, and if you can pull this out, and all your friends are big fans of that beer, and you can pull this out with pretty much a bucket.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. So this, I made this in the Handcraft Supplies 25-litre stainless fermenter.
Right, metal bucket.
Yeah, but ultimately it is still a.
It's not pressurised.
It's not a pressure fermenter. There's nothing fancy in the way of method gone into making this beer. Apart from I was able to do a closed transfer so that I didn't oxidise it when I was putting it into the keg. Pardon me. Did we score it on aroma?
Oh God, no.
I don't think we did.
No, we didn't, did we? So
I mean, I'd give it an 8 on aroma.
I would give it an 8 as well.
And I would also give it an 8 on taste.
I would give it a 7.5 on taste.
So I don't think it tastes like it's come from a kit though. I think again you could buy that in a pub and be happy with it.
Yeah, I suppose, as in regards to some of the quality of the beers you can get now commercially, I think aren't as good as what you can produce on brain now. Sorry,
or even with the kit.
At home.
Even
yeah,
with the kit.
and I think even with kits you can make better kit beer than there is that you can purchase at pubs.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Price, you worked it out.
85p a pint. I mean, don't have to buy all the equipment. It's required. Everything comes in it. I think it's really good.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So 9 for me.
Yeah, 9 for me as well.
I mean, it's got 70 grams of Citra in it as well, so I just really want to know what's in that silver packet. Sessionability?
It came in at about 4.7%.
Oh, not bad. A 4. A 4 for me. It's just a little bit on the bitter side for my liking, personally.
Yeah, I give that a 5 for me as well.
Yeah, I think that's really good.
For a kit,
Yeah.
and like you say, you need very little equipment. Obviously, we've kegged it.
Yeah.
You could have bottled it.
Yeah.
And, they bottle it.
Yeah, that's
Right?
true.
So as long as you're careful, you can probably bottle it.
Yeah.
We've kegged it. It would be fine, I think, out of a pressure barrel, even if you didn't have like cornies like we've got. If you had old plastic barrels.
Yeah.
Because it's also the kind of beer where it doesn't have to be like super chilled and carbonated. I think you could have this on cask and it'd still be.
Yeah, I think you
good
just have
beer
to be
as
a
well.
little bit careful. I mean, I wouldn't, for example, just with a tap, open it up and let it drain into the
No, you'd have to be sensible with it.
Yeah.
But I think it's
If there's a way of purging it or something like that.
Yeah, I think for what this kit is, I think it's really, really good.
Yeah.
And I think beer kits are just there are some really, really good beer kits out there.
And I think the rate of quality that they're getting better and better and better is pretty scary from an all grain point of view.
I'll sell the grain farmer now and just go straight back to doing kits for. But
very good beer.
Really, really good beer. And here is the oyster score for this beer. So really hope you enjoy the video. Smash like, hit subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Well,
Oysters out.
A bit of a like for me. Didn't taste like cat piss.